Hey guys, this is Shades here. Welcome back to the RVT game crew. I got the teed up. I got the Matty Jay. Yes, I'm in control this time because, well, I'm doing a game you guys probably have been waiting for me to play for a while. FNAF World.
No.
Matty,
I will not Five Nights at Freddy's.
if it helps, there are no jump scares in this game.
Well, there's a jump scare attack, but that's about it. And it's not like it jumps at the screen. It's just literally just the sound effect, and then it damages the enemy.
Yeah. Also, we have story. I know you feel like going out and take a stroll, but something seems wrong today. All is not well in Animatronica. Animatronic Village? Villagetronica? We're working on it. The point is that something is horribly wrong. There have been a lot of bizarre creatures roaming around lately, even some that look like us. We aren't prepared to deal with situations like this. Something bad must have happened on the flip side. Go see what you can find. Be careful, though. Our wood-cutting auto chipper has gone haywire. It's been jump-scaring me all day. Now, little thing for you. We're not going to click done yet, because watch what happens when you give it a second. But you don't really believe that, do you?
Creepy.
There is a task for you to complete. You have to leave breadcrumbs for him to help him find his way. Yeah. Every time we talk to Fredbear there, we're going to have one of those.
Oh, you didn't cut out the loading screens, did you?
There are not too many of them. Don't worry. They don't come up too
I
frequently.
feel like I'll be like the only... I feel like I'll be like the only person who does that.
Yeah. They didn't bother me enough to really become an issue. It's not like their Sonic 06 bad. Also, you might have noticed the overworld looked a little bit different for those who saw the original FNAF World when it was on Steam. That is
Yeah, that looks pretty horrible.
well, it looks better than the 8-bit style one that they had originally, because this is version 1.1.
Yeah, that's on...
Huh?
I'll just say, yeah, the original version looks pretty horrible.
Yeah, this obviously looks a lot better. This is version 1.1 that Scott Cawthons re-released on Game Jolt for free, meaning that if you are actually enjoying this and want to try this out for yourself, you can literally go download it right now for free, no charge. And
So this is the battle system, which looks very fast-paced.
very fast-paced and very simple. Like, each character has 3 attacks. You never get any new moves. You don't upgrade your attacks. What you see, it's WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. Period. For each character.
I assume when you level up, you also... I assume when you level up, your attack and defense and HP go up.
If you do, I don't know, because we never see any stats. The only stat we will ever see is their health. Also, hidden power chip. That gives us a speed boost at the start of every battle.
Ah.
I think the only time the loading screens really become an issue is when you're having to change your chips and bytes and party members all the time. But I cut out most of the times when I'm gonna be doing that a lot, so I promise you won't be seeing too many loading screens.
One of the interesting mechanics I've seen in this game is the fact that you have 2 parties that you can set up and that you can switch pretty much any time in battle.
Yes, and that's good. Like, basically, you can have a backup party. Honestly, though, I don't think the game mechanics really give you much reason to do so. It probably would have been better if he had just made party switching a much faster system. Because honestly, there's very few enemies that one particular type of party can't handle on its own. As I'll explain, like, towards the end, at the time of this first episode, I've already recorded all of my gameplay footage. I'm done. I've beaten the game, like, as close to 100% as I could get. But I did have to do
100%, you say?
Almost. There were a couple things I did miss. But they're not anything significant. I'm missing 2 of the endings, which really, the endings I did get kind of cover those bases. And 1 item. That's it. 1 item.
Thank God, because at least, at the very least, thank God, at least the completionist won't sue for gimmick infringement.
He's not the Fine Brother. He's not going to do that.
No.
Hey!
But no, I did get every character, and I'm going to tell you right now, The last 2 characters to get are a bitch. You will see. I wish I could explain to you, because here's the thing of it is, getting characters, like, finding, in order to gain new party members, you have to find them on the world map. They'll sometimes appear after a battle. They appear randomly. Like right now. There's our
timing. We have it.
Yeah, you have after a battle, you have a random chance of running into another animatronic. In this case, we've got Phantom Chica here. Oh, and the unscrew attack, it will be your best friend or your worst enemy, depending on what side of the attack you're on. Because the unscrew attack, I think it's like a 10 to 25% chance of insta-kill.
Oh, that can be really bad.
That's a bitch. And there's a second version that's a 50% chance.
Ew.
However,
what is the jump scare?
Huh?
I was gonna ask, what does the jump scare do? Because it sort of causes a dial to appear on the opponent.
It's a stun. It's a stun attack.
Ah, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Another thing you might notice is that each of the attacks are color-coded. Orange attacks are single attacks. Red attacks are group attacks. Yellow attacks are more, I want to say, debuff or like miscellaneous attacks. Pink ones are usually healing. White ones are support, meaning like, buff and debuff usually. And actually, yeah, white is buff. Green, I think, is debuff. There's a couple of...
I assume that after a certain point, you're going to cut out the random battles, right?
I might. Not in these first few parts, but again, they don't... I bounce stuff... There wasn't too many random battles that it becomes an issue. Oh, new challenger. Balloon Boy!
Jesus, they're just throwing these at us.
Oh, no, trust me.
Wow, that's...
This is nothing.
I was not expecting to see a main party member already.
Yeah.
Also, Balloon Boy is kicking your ass.
Did you not see Phantom Chica earlier? I almost lost my first team through that first battle.
I know.
Early, and bear in mind, I'm playing this on hard mode because one of the endings I had to get on hard mode.
There you go. There's your problem right there. Although you probably want to play it on hard mode.
Well, yeah, like I said, there's one ending that you have to get on hard mode, and it's really not that hard. I did get a game over a few times, but I think only like 2 or 3 times throughout my entire playthrough, which for me, that's really not a big deal. Yeah, that's the only jump scare you're getting, Matty.
Chibi. I do like Chibi Foxy, the design of him.
Oh yeah, or Adventure Foxes. Everyone is Adventure something for most of these characters, but yeah, Adventure, and that's regular Foxy. You'll see Withered Foxy from FNAF 2 in here too. That's the other thing, is like they have different versions of every character. Like any iteration of the FNAF animatronics that you've probably seen or even heard about in some cases, you will find as a playable character, and even a few you've never seen before.
So what you're saying is, it's adventure time?
You know what? I don't hate Adventure Time, so I'm not gonna debut for that one.
I couldn't help it. The pun, the phrase was right there, right in front of me. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
Hey, low-hanging fruit.
Dude, it's Adventure Time. It's not that bad.
No. I've seen Adventure Time. It's stupid.
I've heard it.
It's goofy at times, but it's mindless fun. I have no beef with it. It's not SpongeBob. Let's put it that way.
Hey.
So you're saying it's not a classic?
Dave!
Now, Dave.
Dave me all you want, but you know the critics are right.
Yeah. Also, the number in the bottom right-hand corner, that 117, that is my Faz token. That's basically your moolah. And you're going to use it to buy bites, which are basically little helpers. Those things are a godsend in this game. Because later on, there are certain bites that once you get them will make these fights so much easier. Trust me, I would probably not have been able to grind as much as I did without some of the bites I gained later on.
I'm assuming that there are certain party members that are exclusive to certain parts of the game. Like, you can only find Balloon Boy in this section and so on and so forth,
Nope.
right?
Nope. Oh, damn it.
Oh, so they can appear anywhere?
There is a certain point where new characters do get introduced. Like, you won't get, like, the last set of characters into, like, the last area of the game, but... God damn it. If
Ladies
you...
and gentlemen.
Coughing up a storm there.
I know, right? But
Take a drink of water before you talk.
what do you think caused the cough in the first place? I swallowed wrong.
Oh, no. What a
Crazy!
Hey, Zach! Oh, like a rake. I walked into that like a rake. Hey,
I was just gonna say water went down the wrong hole.
still phrasing.
yeah.
It's not much better, but nonetheless, as you were saying,
As I was saying, if you get to like the last area of the game and you still haven't gotten certain characters, you can just grind in that area and eventually they'll show up. Hell, you can even get a chip later on that makes it easier for them to pop up.
cool.
Oh yeah, so you're gonna be seeing that. You'll see by the end of the game. Like I said, I got every character, but the last two, even with the chip, you will be grinding forever. It took me hours to get Fredbear because he just would not spawn, and Spring Bonnie, which is Spring Trap, but without the worn out look. Also took forever. They're the last two characters in the roster. It was insane.
Well, I can't wait to get to them. Also, I assume that when you want to get to some of these characters, you'll want to grind a bit first, so that way you don't get your ass kicked.
There are certain characters that you are going to want. It comes down to what moves they have. Like, there's no specific stats you really have to worry about. It's about what attacks they have, and there are certain attacks that are definite and must-have. For grinding, I mentioned the Unscrew attack earlier. The Unscrew 2 and the multi-attack Escape Key are godsends for grinding, because especially when you get like a whole group of guys with Unscrew and Unscrew 2 and Escape Key, you can, and there's a couple of bites that can also do random insta-kill. Oh, by the way, speaking of bites, we got our first one, a Wasp there that will do randomly attack opponents.
Insert Waspinator joke here.
Waspinator, terrorize! Shout out to Scott McNeil. But no, there's some like mini Reaper bites that will do like randomly insta kill enemies. And the funny part is they work on a couple of bosses, including the final boss and a secret boss, which we'll be getting to those guys later.
Please tell me one of the boss. Please tell me one of the bosses is Scott Cawthon.
We'll have to wait and see, I guess. But speaking of bosses, we have our first
now
boss
you-
here,
now
the
you have
auto
my
chipper.
attention.
It wasn't a no.
We have, first speaking of bosses, we have our first boss here, the auto chipper.
And you were just chipping away at his health.
Yep, and having that wasp there is doing some help. But yeah, you know, level you guys up enough, learn how the attacks work, build a strategy, and you will own this game. Level Up City!
Do you at least get to see what level everyone is at?
Yes, you can see that if you go into the party menu.
Okay, good, because otherwise the whole leveling thing would just be kind of a waste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was something that was actually not... That was something that was added to 1.1, is that in the party menu, instead of it having just a spot for unselected characters to be placed, the right sidebar now has party information, telling you who they are, what attacks they have, what level they are, and how much experience they need to get to the next level.
That way you can actually form some sort of strategy at the very least.
Yeah. All right, and of course, what we were talking over is we just got 2 more chips, a couple more head starts, one for strength and one for defense. So we start.
Those are definitely gonna be helpful.
Oh yes, at least for now. Later on, there's actually endless ones that give you endless boosts instead of just a head start.
Okay then.
But yet, those won't be the ones I
think the
use
game
for the
you're
rest of
gonna
the
be-
game.
Yeah, but I'm guessing by the end of the game, you're going to be OP as hell.
You shall see. Also, you might notice that blue endoskeleton there that just disappeared. He sells you body armors that, 3 endoskeleton upgrades for all the animatronics use. So basically increases your defense permanently.
I can't help but think that it almost looks like Bonnie.
Nope, it's just an endoskeleton. With the
Must
exception
be
of
the color.
Yeah. With the exception of the Fredbear that you see floating around, any NPC you see on screen is an animatronic, is like an original character, or at least a recolor of an animatronic. Like you saw that foxy looking thing that kind of looks like, new challenger, Phantom Balloon Boy.
Where's your balloon? You're not a real balloon boy.
Well, it's a phantom. Probably it's balloon popped.
Why can't I have a phantom balloon?
I will say that, for the most part, the Phantom animatronics, they're not very useful. They're mostly good for debuffs, because most of their attacks are debuff stuff. They're not very good attackers on their own.
So they're good for support.
Pretty much. Well, not even so much support, just debuff.
So you basically only want to have one phantom party member in your party at a time.
For the most part, yeah. Also, you might notice those red chests there. You're not getting those till the end game. Till near the end of the game. Oh, here we go. I think I found a clue to what's happening.
Tease.
Look, Heidi, you don't know as much as I do, but I will tell you that this is a safe haven, a sanctuary. Whatever has gone wrong, we have to fix it. It'll be an adventure! Something horrible must have happened on the flip side, because it's causing this world to fracture. Options like the tree behind me have broken. But I think you can use these fractures to get to places you couldn't reach before. You have to go and find the source of these fractures. But we're not...
And you?
Yes, the world beneath the surface world. This is a safe place, a sanctuary. The truth is, there is no safe place. You don't understand that. There's a task for you to complete. Before you follow this passage, go back. Find the clock.
In the Twilight Zone.
I'm sorry.
By the way, every time I hear the word sanctuary, I just think Kingdom Hearts.
Ah, my sanctuary. Yeah. Okay, I think I got this. Did I forget to cut this part out? Ah, damn it.
Did you?
I think so.
Oh, jeez.
I don't think it goes on for very long. I think I just... The problem with recording when you have family in the house is that sometimes you're right in the middle of recording and you get distracted.
This is what editing is for.
I meant to. Again, it's not Mega Man 3 Brain Scratch Comms bad, I promise. None of them will get that bad.
Oh, look at that flashing tree. I wonder if it's a portal or not.
Yeah. Actually,
Also, hi, seagulls. Hi, seagulls.
yeah, they actually...
It's a...
Hi, seagulls.
There we
Would
go.
you say it's a flock of seagulls?
Ah!
Eh?
Well, right now, John, right now, right now, Shades is running away, so you tell me.
Now,
All right, back on track.
Now, Glitchy Fredbear there mentioned finding a clock. This actually did spawn a clock into the overworld map. This will not appear until you have talked to Fredbear. Oh, before that, new challenger, Phantom Freddy.
Hi, seagulls.
Yeah, like I said, these guys are known for a lot of debuffs and status attacks such as poison and stuff like that. Not very good direct attackers. Though there's a couple of decent ones, but...
Well, you know what's weird is that as decent as this RPG is, I think Five Nights at Fuckboys might be technically the better RPG.
It is in a sense that it's more of an actual RPG. Yep, there's that clock right there. And we're going to be taking a look at that because this actually ties into something. This is about the closest that'll tie to a lore. The goal here is to push Balloon Boy into the box.
Oh.
And the idea behind that is you're setting Balloon Boy up for the for one of the mini games from Five Nights at Freddy's 3.
Ah.
Yeah. And you'll see how that comes into play later on. And this is actually tied into one of the multiple endings of this game.
Yep.
because there's actually multiple endings. And I can promise you I get all but 2 of them, and I have reasons for not getting the 2 that I missed. And
You're in the money. You're in the money.
Oh.
Do 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 do.
no, this ain't even close. I'm getting chump change right now.
Well,
though
for
admittedly-
early game at least.
Huh?
Well, for early game at least.
That's true. Now we're going to head off into the flip side. Now, this doesn't look too bad here, but if you full screen this and actually have this running like in the actual game, it looks trippy as fuck. Especially when you get into later, deeper levels of this. But that is the flip side.
I assume anybody.
Hmm?
I was about to say anybody. Maybe those who are watching this on HD TVs might get the same effect.
I don't have this at 720p anyway. Great! Be sure to press that button behind you to clear the path for later. Oh, you mean the one I already did? That way you won't have to go back again. I think that a lot of these monsters are misguided side effects of whatever's happened on the flip side. It looks like you can knock some sense into them and they'll join you. How wonderfully convenient! You need to find another subtunnel under the game, and it's probably hidden inside another glitch object. Ahead of the dusting fields, you will probably find the next glitch object there. Be careful, things only get more dangerous from here.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Things don't get more dangerous. You are being played.
Oh, duh. He's
You are
fucking
being
never-
led through hoops. Meanwhile, the puppet master is laughing at you. You do not need to find the dusting fields, or you do need to find the dusting fields, but not because there is any urgent adventure ahead. Find the clock.
We already found the clock.
There's more.
There's always more, isn't there?
There's
Yup.
there's pretty much one in every world.
Alrighty then. At least now we know our main objective for each world then.
Yep, so now you know what you're getting yourselves into here. And next time on FNAF World, we're going to be doing a little more digging and heading off into the dusting field. So we'll see you guys then. Laters!